you need tons of time on your hand to get in amazing shape when you're over 40. I'm going to read out one of the comments I've had about my content and your struggles to find time to get in amazing shape. Diana Minotti says, if I had all day today to prepare meals and lift weights, I would look like this lady. But I'm a 48-year-old with a full-time job and kids. I need a video for real women that work morning till night in the corporate world and struggle with hormones, a high-stress profession and children. I'm tired of these YouTubers that spend all day looking pretty under cameras and lights, preparing their healthy foods and making me feel like a failure. Well, Diana, I'm really sorry that you feel like that, and actually I'm gonna debunk some of the myths about your comment. Let's get into it. First off, I'm going to address Diana's criticism leveled at me, because actually I worked in the corporate world during the time that I transformed my body and started competing in bikini shows. So it is absolutely possible. I actually also have children. I have 3 children altogether, and 2 of them are still at home, and they were younger teenagers at the time I went on my transformation journey. Now, I was commuting an hour and a half each way to work, and I did actually have a corporate high pressure job as well. That was during the time that I actually started my YouTube channel and my own fitness business, which I have now, as a side hustle. So it's not true to say that I didn't have all the struggles that you have. And I still struggle now, because you might think that I'm just making my YouTube videos and that's all I do apart from training, but I actually run my own small business. I have a team of 4 people that work for me, and I have an online business where I have coaching clients. I actually run my own programs. I have meetups with my clients. I have meetups with my group coaching clients. I create lots of content, which is like a full-time job in itself, here on YouTube, but my other social media platforms. So it is a full-time business, and I do have to fit in things like meal prep and exercise. Now, what I would say is I have more control over my time. So it is different than the time that I worked for somebody else, but you can still fit in exercise and you can still fit in meal prep, and I'm going to go into it. The first thing you really need to figure out is your priorities. When I was initially going through my transformation journey and then went into competition preps for bikini shows, it was a question of priorities for me, because I am a mom, I do work, and I had kind of like a second job really. But the thing about it is I really wanted to transform my body. So I'm gonna fit it in, I'm gonna make it work because I really wanted it. And that's what I would say to you. It's a question of priorities. Is your health a priority? And if it isn't, it should be a priority. Now, I'm going to put up this diagram, because how I see it is your health, your fitness, and how you eat and everything else, you should treat it as something that is as important as your career. That's how I believe you should treat it. If you want to see results with a physical transformation, if you want to get in better health, whatever it is, you have to treat it as much as a priority as your work. And then you've got your family commitments, haven't you? And of course, they are your number one priority, your family. But to be quite honest, it's really important for your family that you are in the best of health. And sometimes as women, we can put everyone first apart from ourselves. And that's what I did when I was in my marriage that broke down. But when I became single, I actually saw it as an opportunity to reprioritize my life. And so my health, my fitness, my body shape was a really important part of my life. And when it's an important part of my life, I'm gonna make time for it. And if you sort of put it the other way, do you have time to come here on YouTube, and how much time do you spend on it? Do you spend an hour a day? Do you spend 30 minutes a day? Maybe you watch something like Netflix. Maybe you're scrolling through social media. If you have 30 minutes to an hour to spend on those per day, then you do have time for exercise. And if you don't want to be traveling to and from a gym like I did, you can actually work out from home. And guess what? I always say it's good if you have 45 minutes a day, but guess what? If you've got 20 minutes, if you've got 30 minutes, you can actually fit in a workout. And I have something called the Strong Women Club, where I have 20 or 30 minutes strength training workouts included in that program. And so you can do those at home. Maybe you can get up 20 minutes, 30 minutes earlier, fit that in. Maybe you can do it when you get back from work. Whatever works for you, you can normally, for most people, carve out 20 or 30 minutes per day. I'm going to talk about a coaching client that I currently have, and she's in exactly the same position as many women. So she has a really high level job in the medical profession. She struggles to find the time to work out and prep her meals up. And I started working with her as one of my coaching clients because she was actually really struggling for energy levels. That can be a big problem at this stage in life. So it's not just finding the time, it's actually finding the energy. And so what I started off with a small amount of exercise. So some strength training 3 times a week for 30 or 40 minutes. That's all she does, and she gets the rest in as kind of steps through the day. So for most of you, if you can, you're normally going to be able to find 30 or 40 minutes 3 times a week, aren't you? And then what she does is she does her meal prep on Sundays. That means she's preparing all her meals in advance, but actually it's quicker doing meal prep on one day and spending a bit of time on it than it is preparing food every day. So it does save you time in the long run. And what she's found since she started that, it's only been 4 weeks, she's lost inches and she's actually feeling better. She's got more energy. So if you've got one of those jobs where it's really demanding, you're working morning till night, which she is, it's really important that you get an exercise, because what's going to happen is you're going to feel better. If you eat better and exercise well, you're going to have more energy for performance at work, and it can be really difficult at this time in life. I hope that has reassured you that you absolutely do not need to spend a massive amount of time to have the body of your dreams. And actually, if you do too much exercise, you're actually overtraining and you won't see results with that. And my key message is finding time is about making yourself a priority. You know that if you've got time to go scrolling on social media and going on YouTube and watching television, you can find 20 or 30 minutes to work out.